Finding a quiet space in the heart can be difficult when the world is so loud, but I am so glad you have found your way here to Miracle Prayer Studio to join me in this moment of stillness. If these words provide a sanctuary for your spirit, please consider subscribing to our channel so we can continue to walk this path of morning grace together and support one another in the light of the Father's love. We often walk through the world carrying invisible journals, pages heavy with the ink of things we wish we had never said or done. We look at the stains on our hands and the shadows in our history, and we begin to believe that the story is finished, that the ink has dried, and that the narrative of our lives is set in stone. But the beautiful mystery of the Easter season reminds us that stones can be rolled away, and that even the most final endings are often just the soil for the most glorious beginnings. To be human is to stumble, to feel the weight of our own fragility, and to wonder if we have wandered too far from the garden. Yet faith tells us that we are never more than a whisper away from home. We are fragile beings made of dust and starlight, constantly in need of the breath of life to stir our weary souls into a state of hope once more. Forgiveness is the bridge we didn't know we could build, or rather, the bridge that was built for us when we were too tired to even look up. Let us sit in this realization together today, allowing the truth of mercy to sink into the marrow of our bones, realizing that we are not defined by the versions of ourselves we have outgrown. Grace is not a prize we win for being good. It is the oxygen we breathe when we finally realize we can no longer hold our breath on our own. In this sacred time of resurrection joy, we see that life is inherently stronger than any form of death we have encountered. Whether that death is a dream that didn't come true, a relationship that withered, or the version of ourselves we lost along the way. We often feel like we are navigating a garden in the grey light of dawn, uncertain if the morning will actually bring the warmth we crave, or if the frost will linger. But the promise of the empty tomb remains steady, an invitation to start brand new that is extended to every one of us without a single condition or requirement. We find ourselves in this dialogue today not because we have everything figured out, but because we are deeply, and perhaps even wildly, loved. As the insightful author C.S. Lewis once wrote, "To be a Christian means to forgive the inexcusable, because God has forgiven the inexcusable in you." This reality shifts the ground beneath our feet, changing how we view our neighbors, our families, and most importantly, the person looking back at us in the mirror when the world is quiet and the masks have been set aside. In the gentle and life-giving words of 2 Corinthians 5:17, we find a promise that feels like a cooling breeze on a fevered brow, where we are reminded, "Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, the new creation has come. The old has gone, the new is here." My King, these words from your holy scripture are like a healing balm to a heart that has felt the sting of its own mistakes for far too long. They whisper to me that I do not have to be a prisoner to the person I was yesterday, or the version of me that failed a year ago, or even the one who struggled just a few hours past. You do not simply patch up the old, tattered fabric of our lives. You weave an entirely new garment of light and mercy for us to wear. This morning, I want to step into that reality with a heart that is wide open and a spirit that is ready to receive everything you have for me. To be a new creation means that the scars of my past are no longer marks of shame or reminders of what I lost, but they are instead testimonies of your infinite healing power and your ability to bring beauty out of the ashes. I hold onto this verse as my anchor in the shifting tides of life, believing that your hand is even now wiping away the debris of my failures to reveal the masterpiece you have always seen within me. I enter into this communion with you, Father, setting aside my heavy burdens and my long list of distractions just to be near you. My focus is entirely on your goodness, your holiness, and the radical, unearned way you love me despite every detour I have ever taken. I am here to listen, to breathe, and to be transformed by the simple, profound truth that I am yours and you are mine. My dear Lord, I come before you now to offer this entire day as a living sacrifice, a quiet song of surrender. I place my hands open before you, intentionally releasing every plan I have tightly made and every worry I have harbored like a secret. I entrust the hours ahead of me, the meetings I must attend, the conversations I will navigate, and the quiet moments where I will simply be alone with my thoughts. My life is not my own, and there is such a deep, resonant peace in knowing that I am not the one who has to hold the world together today. I surrender my desire to always be right, my ego's need to be seen, and my stubborn habit of trying to fix things in my own strength when my strength is clearly not enough. Please take my thoughts and align them with your heart. Take my words and let them be seasoned with the same grace and kindness that you have shown me time and time again. I give you my heart with all its hidden, dusty corners and its fragile, flickering hopes. I trust that you are navigating the path ahead of me, even the parts that are currently shrouded in mist. May every step I take today be a step of quiet obedience, and every breath I draw be a prayer of surrender to your perfect and loving will for my life. Jesus, my heart overflows with gratitude as I think about the immeasurable price you paid to bring me back into your presence. Thank you for the cross and for the triumph of the empty tomb that allows me to stand here today, not as a stranger, but as a forgiven and free child of God. I am so thankful that your mercies are not a limited resource, but are instead new every morning, falling like manna for a soul that is hungry for peace. Father, I humbly ask for your forgiveness for the ways I have fallen short in the recent days. I am sorry for the moments I allowed bitterness to take root in my spirit instead of choosing to love as you love. I ask for your mercy for the times I relied on my own narrow wisdom and ignored the gentle, persistent nudges of your spirit. Please forgive me for the harsh thoughts I had toward those who have wronged me, and for the ways I have been ungrateful for the many blessings that are sitting right in front of my eyes. Wash me clean, my King. Remove the heavy weight of guilt that I have been trying to carry on my own shoulders, a weight you never intended for me to bear. I receive your forgiveness right now, fully and without reservation, and I choose to forgive myself in the process, knowing that your grace is a vast ocean that covers every mistake I have ever made or will ever make. Father in heaven, I ask for your divine peace to settle over my home and my mind like a quiet evening snowfall. In a world that is so loud, so demanding, and so filled with chaos, I desperately need the stillness that only your presence can provide. Let your peace be a guard around my heart, standing watch against the anxieties and the what-ifs that try to creep in when I am most vulnerable. I pray for strength, Lord, not just the physical energy to get through my tasks, but the spiritual and emotional strength to remain kind when I am tired, to be patient when I am tested, and to remain hopeful when the news is bleak. Please guide my feet today through the maze of choices I will face. Show me where to go, whom to help, and what to say. Give me the wisdom to handle difficult situations with the gentle grace of a person who has been made new. I pray for healing in my body, in my mind, and in the bodies of those I love. You are the great physician, and I trust in your power to restore and to mend what has been broken by life's storms. I ask for your protection over my family and my children. Keep them safe under the shadow of your wings, and let them feel your presence surrounding them in everything they do, whether they are at home or out in the world. My King, I also lift up my work and my daily responsibilities to your care. May I work with a spirit of excellence and a heart that is focused on service, doing everything as if I am doing it directly for you. Grant me creativity where I feel stuck and clarity where I feel confused. I pray for those I work with, that I might be a light in their day and a source of genuine encouragement. I intercede now for my friends, my neighbors, and my entire community. For those who are currently feeling lonely, isolated, or forgotten by the world, may your comfort find them in a way that is tangible and real. For those who are facing financial struggles and do not know how the next bill will be paid, I ask for your supernatural provision and for doors of opportunity to open that no human hand can shut. I pray for the brokenhearted, for those who are grieving a deep loss in this season. Let them feel the warmth of your love and the enduring hope of the resurrection. Use me as an instrument of your peace today, Father. Let me be your hands and feet to someone who is hurting, sharing the very same grace that has so freely and beautifully been given to me. Father, I want to dwell even deeper on this idea of starting brand new. Sometimes the hardest person to forgive is the one I see in the mirror. I tend to replay my failures like a movie I can't turn off, convincing myself that I have wasted too much time or that I have made too many wrong turns to ever get back on the right path. But you are the God of the 11th hour. You are the one who redeems the years that the locusts have eaten and makes them fruitful again. I ask you to help me see myself through your eyes today. Let me see a child who is precious beyond measure, a soul that is deeply valued, and a life that has a beautiful, specific purpose. Help me to let go of the if-onlys and the should-haves that keep me paralyzed in the past. I choose to believe that my best days are not behind me, but are instead being crafted by your loving hands right now in this very moment. I embrace the freshness of this morning, not because I have the ability to change myself, but because you have the power to transform me from the inside out into the likeness of your Son. My dear Lord, I ask for a special measure of wisdom as I interact with the world today. Help me to be a person who listens far more than I speak, and one who seeks to understand others rather than just trying to be heard or understood myself. When I encounter someone who is difficult, angry, or unkind, please remind me of the grace you extended to me when I was at my absolute worst. Give me the words that de-escalate conflict and the wisdom to know when silence is the most powerful response. I want my life to be a quiet but clear reflection of your character. I want people to see a difference in me, not because I am trying so hard to be different, but because your spirit is flowing through me like a river. I pray for the children in our lives, that they would grow up knowing the depth of your love and the security of your grace before they even know the weight of the world. Protect their minds from the lies of the enemy and anchor their identities in the truth of who you say they are, chosen, loved, and redeemed. Jesus, I also pray for those who are currently in the thick of a great and painful struggle. There are so many people carrying burdens that feel far too heavy for any human to bear alone. I pray for the person who is struggling with a hidden addiction, asking for the chains to be broken today and for a clear path of recovery to be revealed. I pray for the person whose marriage is on the brink of collapse, asking for your healing touch to restore communication, affection, and trust where it has been lost. I pray for the one who feels completely alone in their faith, perhaps the only one in their family or workplace who believes that you would bring a community of believers around them to support, love, and encourage them. Lord, you see every tear that falls in the secret places of the heart. You know the weight of every silent prayer that has no words. I stand in the gap for my brothers and sisters today, asking for your miraculous intervention in their lives. May they experience the same brand new start that I am celebrating in my heart this morning. Father, I thank you for the small, quiet blessings that we so often overlook in our rush to get through the day. Thank you for the breath in my lungs, the food that will sit on my table, and the safety of the roof over my head. Thank you for the ability to see beauty in a simple flower, a stray bird, or a colorful sunset. These are all whispers of your love, constant reminders that you are a God who cares about the smallest details of our existence. As I go through this day, help me to stay present in each moment. Help me to see the people around me as individuals made in your holy image, each with their own story and their own need for grace. I offer you my frustrations when things do not go according to my plan. Instead of reacting in anger or impatience, help me to breathe and trust that you are still in control of the big picture. I give you my successes as well, knowing that every good gift and every talent I possess comes directly from your hand. Keep me humble, Father, and keep me hungry for more of you. I want to know you more deeply today than I did yesterday. My King, as I navigate the day, I don't want to ever leave your presence. I want to carry this communion with me into every room I enter, whether it is an office, a kitchen, or a store. I want your peace to be like a fragrance that follows me, calming the environments I step into. I ask for your protection over my physical health today, for strength in my bones, clarity in my mind, and energy in my steps. I pray against the spirit of fear and panic that so often tries to dominate our thoughts and our society. Replace that fear with a sound mind and a spirit of power and love. I pray for the leaders of the world, for the leaders in our local communities, and for the leaders in our churches. Grant them hearts of true integrity and the wisdom to make decisions that honor you and protect the most vulnerable among us. May your kingdom come and your will be done on this earth just as it is in the perfection of heaven. Jesus, I am so deeply grateful that I do not have to carry the exhausting burden of perfection. I'm grateful that when I stumble, you are right there to catch me, and when I fail, you are right there to forgive me and set me back on my feet. This brand new start is a gift I do not take lightly, but I also do not take it with fear. I will walk into this day with my head held high, not because of what I have done or how well I have performed, but because of what you have done for me. I am a new creation. The old is gone. The new is here. I believe it with all my heart. I receive it into my soul, and I will live it out in my actions. Thank you for the strength that is rising up within me right now, a strength that is not my own. Thank you for the clarity that is replacing my confusion. I am ready for whatever this day holds, because I know that you are walking with me, step by step. Father, I also want to pray for the spirit of generosity to grow and flourish in my heart today. As I have received so much grace from you, help me to be quick to give it away to others. As I have received such profound mercy, help me to be a merciful person to those who fail me. I pray that my life would be like an open door through which others can see your goodness and your light. Help me to be a person of my word, someone who is trustworthy, reliable, and kind. I ask for your blessing upon my finances, not just so I can have enough for myself, but so I can be a blessing to those in need. Open my eyes to the needs around me that I might normally miss, and give me a heart that is quick to respond with practical kindness. I trust you with my future, Lord. I trust you with my dreams, my goals, and my aspirations. I know that your plans for me are good, designed to give me a hope and a future that I could never imagine on my own. My dear Lord, as we move through this prayer together, I want to lift up those who are feeling particularly discouraged in their spiritual journey. For anyone who feels like they have wandered too far away, or that their faith is too small to make a difference, I pray for a fresh and powerful encounter with your love today. Remind them that you are the shepherd who leaves the 99 to find the one who is lost. Remind them that your grace is a vast, bottomless ocean that can never be emptied or exhausted. I pray that this morning would be a significant turning point for many, a moment where they truly decide to leave the past at the foot of the cross and walk into the light of your total forgiveness. Let there be a wave of restoration that sweeps through every heart listening to these words. We are your people, Father, and we are hungry for your touch. Father, I pray for the courage to be completely honest with you and with myself today. Help me to stop hiding behind the masks I wear to impress others and to come to you just as I am, broken, hopeful, and human. You already know every thought in my mind and every secret in my heart, yet you still invite me to speak and to share my life with you. Thank you for the beautiful intimacy of this relationship. Thank you that I can call you Father and that you call me your own. I am so blessed to be a part of your eternal family. I pray that today, my smallest actions would bring glory to your name. I pray that my attitude would be one of genuine joy, even in the midst of trials and frustrations. I choose to rejoice today, for this is the day that you have made, and I will find reasons to be glad in it. My King, I ask for your hand to be upon the Miracle Prayer Studio community as a whole. May this be a digital sanctuary where people find real hope, where they find emotional and spiritual healing, and where they find a genuine, life-changing connection with you. Bless everyone who is part of this journey with us, no matter where they are in the world. Meet their specific needs, answer their deepest prayers, and let them feel your strong arms wrapped around them in moments of weakness. We stand together in faith, believing for breakthroughs, for closed doors to open, and for miracles to manifest in our lives. We are not just a collection of individuals watching a screen, but a body of believers united by your grace and your purpose. Thank you for the power of agreement and for the strength we find in one another. Jesus, I pray for the strength to persist when things get difficult or when the path ahead looks steep. When I feel like giving up, please remind me of the incredible perseverance you showed on the way to the cross for me. When I feel tired and worn down, remind me that your yoke is easy and your burden is light. when I let you carry the weight. I want to finish this day well, knowing that I have walked in your ways to the best of my ability. I give you all the honor, all the glory, and all the praise. You are the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning of my story and the end of my journey. My life is secure and safe in your hands. I will not fear what the future holds, because I know who holds the future. I will not be haunted by the ghosts of my past, for I know who has forgiven and forgotten them. I am yours, Father, forever and always. Father, as I prepare to step out into the world now, I carry your light within me like a torch. I pray that I would be a person of peace in a world that is so often addicted to conflict. I pray that I would be a person of hope in a world that often feels like it is drowning in despair. I pray that I would be a person of love in a world that is frequently cold and indifferent. Use me, Lord. Use my life, my time, and my talents for your great purposes. I am ready. I am willing. I am forgiven. I am brand new. Thank you for this beautiful morning and for the gift of grace that covers absolutely everything I have ever done. My heart is full of gratitude and my spirit is ready to serve you. We often think that starting over requires a massive change in our external circumstances, a new job, a new city, or a new set of friends. But the most important and lasting shift happens within the quiet, sacred spaces of the soul. It is the moment we stop fighting so hard for our own righteousness or our own validation and simply collapse into the arms of the one who is already righteous on our behalf. As you walk through the hours of this day, please remember that you are not walking alone, even if it feels that way. The same power that raised Christ from the dead is currently at work in the details of your life, smoothing out the rough edges and breathing fresh life into the dry bones of your oldest dreams. Do not be afraid to be a beginner again today. Do not be afraid to let go of the version of yourself that didn't know how to cope, and embrace the version of yourself that is learning to trust. Humanity is a beautiful, messy, and complicated journey, but faith is the steady, unmoving hand that always guides us home. Let this peace stay with you, tucked away in your heart like a hidden treasure that the world cannot steal. Forgiveness is not just a gift you receive in a moment of prayer. It is a lifestyle you adopt, a way of moving through the world with open hands and a soft heart. As you move through your tasks, your errands, and your conversations, keep the window of your soul open to the whispers of the Spirit. Notice the small, subtle ways God is answering you today. The kind word from a stranger, the unexpected moment of laughter that breaks the tension, or the sudden feeling of calm in the middle of a stressful situation. These are all tokens, small reminders of the grace that covers all. You are a new creation, not because you feel like it every second, but because God has declared it to be so. Trust His word more than your own shifting feelings. Walk in the quiet, humble confidence of the forgiven. Jesus, I thank you for the incredible privilege of prayer, for the fact that the Creator of the stars wants to hear my voice. Thank you that I can come to you anytime, anywhere without an appointment or a formal speech. I pray that my prayer life would continue to grow and deepen, becoming a constant, background conversation throughout my entire day. I ask for your protection as I travel on the roads and as I go about the business of my life. Keep me safe from physical harm and from the subtle schemes that try to steal my peace. I stand firm in the victory you have already won at the cross. I am more than a conqueror through Him who loved me first. I will not be moved or shaken by my circumstances, for my feet are planted firmly on the rock of ages. My King, I pray for a spirit of deep gratitude to permeate everything I do today, from the most important meeting to the simplest meal. Even in the challenges and the obstacles, help me to find at least one thing to be truly thankful for. I know that you are working all things together for my ultimate good, even the things I cannot understand right now. I trust your timing, which is always perfect, and I trust your plan, which is always motivated by love. I pray for a renewed sense of purpose today. Help me to see the bigger picture of your kingdom and to know that my life, my work, and my kindness truly matter. I give you all the glory, Father, now and for all time. I am so profoundly glad to be your child. Father, I pray for the grace to be a person of integrity in anything and everything that comes my way today. Help me to be ready and willing for whatever you have planned, whether it is a challenge or a joy. I want my life to be a consistent testimony of your goodness and your grace, no matter the circumstances. Jesus, as I conclude this intimate conversation with you, I feel a renewed sense of your presence and your peace. I am ready to step out into this day, knowing that I am covered by your grace, forgiven of my past, and empowered for my future. I thank you for the miracle of this morning and for the privilege of being yours. I place my hand in yours and I step forward with confidence. To live in the light of grace is to understand that we are perpetually invited into a story that is much bigger than our own failures. As you move out into the world today, carry the quiet assurance that the Father's love is the most solid thing you will ever encounter. Do not let the noise of the day drown out the gentle rhythm of the Spirit's guidance in your soul. You are a new creation, a masterpiece in progress, and a beloved child of the King. Walk with your head held high, not in pride, but in the humble dignity of the redeemed. May your day be filled with the sweet evidence of a God who is for you, with you, and ahead of you in every single step. Amen.